Hello once again, YouTube. Duke Nukem 2417 here. And no, this is not a DN2417 Plays of Doom. My apologies if it looks that way. This is, in fact, a... not quite my thoughts on it. It's more of a rant, really. More of me just... Not even ranting, it's just me discussing some current events, one of which impacts my channel directly, and one of which doesn't, but I still think I need to bring it up. First of all, what impacts my channel directly? SIGIL, the official 5th episode of this fine game right here, Doom, has been delayed again by none other than John Romero and all the people working on SIGIL. Because apparently they're having issues with a physical item that'll be shipped with the paid-for physical edition. I believe it's a collectible coin, possibly. I know that there's a music soundtrack from Buckethead, that guy who wears a fried chicken bucket from a certain popular fast food chain on his head when he performs, hence the name. I know there's a pewter sculpture of John Romero's head on a spike, as seen if you no-clip through the icon of sin in that level in Doom 2. I think it's this coin, if there even is a collectible coin or whatever, that is causing the delays. I don't know what is so difficult to, or what's making it so difficult to mint this stupid commemorative coin. That's some nice gibbing right there from that imp, by the way. I don't know why that's so difficult, but apparently that's what's causing the delay. So my playthrough of Sigil will of course be delayed because of this. I am still going to do a level by level playthrough of Sigil on this channel. Dang it. But I have to wait until after the paid version is released because the paying customers get it first. Thank you for telling us all that, John. Ugh. Anyway, the second bit of news has nothing to do with my channel, but is much more serious, concerning another YouTube channel, and the content creator responsible for that channel, ProJared. I'm pretty sure everyone has heard about this by now, but yesterday, Twitter and YouTube and all that stuff, the big news of the day was that ProJared had cheated on his wife with another YouTuber and cosplayer, and now, even worse than all, and he was gaslighting his wife as well, trying to make the whole situation seem like it was her fault. That, in and of itself, is just horrible. But it gets worse. It gets much worse. It turns out that ProJared was apparently sending and soliciting photos of a very intimate nature to people who should not have been receiving or sending him these kinds of photos. I'm not going to go into the specifics. You can probably figure it out yourself. But the term grooming was used to refer to what he was doing with these individuals, or attempting to do with them, and to them. And that is what makes this whole thing even worse to me. Because the cheating on his wife and the gaslighting, that's bad enough. Psychologically manipulating someone to think that it's their fault that a relationship is going south when it's not their fault, that's horrible enough. But then when I heard about the stuff that he was doing with these photos, any and all respect, every scrap and shred of respect I ever had for ProJared went out the window when I heard about these photos and what kinds of photos they were and who he was trying to send them to and get them from. Because that is the kind of thing that no sane person does. No good person does. And I've unsubscribed from both of his channels. And for those of you who might remember, on my own channel there is still a sidebar that says channels I find awesome. ProJared's channel was listed in that sidebar. It isn't anymore, because yesterday I went in after hearing all of this and I removed it from that sidebar. Because I find that kind of behavior completely unconscionable, and I don't support it at all. Like I just said, any and all respect that I ever had for ProJared, gone. You know, the gaslighting, the psychological manipulation, the cheating, that's one thing. But what he was doing with these photos and where he was trying to get them from and who he was trying to get them from, no. Just, there's no coming back from that. His YouTube career is, if it's not dead already, it will be. And, yeah. And there are a lot of people who started playing D&D because he did the D&D December stuff. There are a lot of people who started playing D&D or who started into certain games and possibly who even started their own channels, because I know he was a massive influence on Video Game Donkey. And there are a lot of people out there who are probably shocked, hurt, confused by all of this. And I can perfectly understand that, but what he did is reprehensible, and yeah, the photo issue in and of itself, he might be facing criminal charges, so I think it is safe to say that any following on YouTube that he ever had, if it isn't dead by now, it will be, if charges are filed. So yeah, the whole thing of SIGIL being delayed, that's barely an issue compared to this thing that's happening with ProJared, because what he did, there is no excuse for it. And I have yet to hear any statements or read any statements from him about this. And his wife found out about him cheating on her, by the way, because she found his old phone and found all manner of images and accounts on his phone detailing his affair with this other cosplayer and YouTuber in graphic detail, I should say, in very explicit detail. And he made some statement before all of this came out saying he was divorcing his wife and that he wanted to exit the marriage with style and grace. Fat chance of that happening now. He was trying to downplay it to make it look like it was a mutual thing. It's not a mutual thing. It is... He cheated on his wife, he gaslit his wife, and also this stuff with the photos and sending them to and trying to get them from people he should not have been sending them to or trying to get them from. And I am not going to go into details. There are other videos that are going into much more depth on this. Yes, I used to watch ProJared's video. Used to being the operative term. I unsubscribed from both of his channels. He's dead to me, pretty much, now. There is no redemption for him in my eyes. Because what he did, whether it's both the cheating and the photo solicitation and the sending of these photos. Completely and totally reprehensible, unconscionable. I can probably list off about 15 other words to describe it. I shouldn't have to, because his YouTube career is probably dead. Now, it is dead, probably. He's, like I said, he was hemorrhaging subscribers as of last I checked. And, yeah. Normal Boots is apparently dropping him as well, so there's that. That's pretty much my summation of what I think of this whole sordid thing. I don't think he deserves to get a second chance. I don't think he should be able to come back from this. Because... And he's gonna put his own spin on it, probably. I know he is, because that's... Every time this kind of thing happens, they put their own spin on it. The ones who are found out, they put their spin on it. And I could care less what his spin on it's gonna be. This is my thoughts on this whole sordid affair, so yeah. Thank you all so very much for watching. Hopefully the next video I do will be on something far more positive. Like playing through SIGIL. Thank you all so very much for watching, for subscribing, and for staying tuned and all that, and I hope you do continue to stay tuned for more.